I'm always looking at the wrong camera, but I'm not this afternoon. Good afternoon, friends and family near and far. Do not adjust your set. Once again, it is Meg joining you here on Saturday for the I Got My Miracle Facebook Live here at Rythmia Life Advancement Center in sunny Guanacaste. But looks like it might be raining soon. We're in the beautiful time of year here in Costa Rica where we're blessed with a lot of sunshine and pockets of rain. So the jungle is green, the grass is green, lots of leaves on the trees. Really, really beautiful time to be here. So if you're thinking about joining us, we've got a couple of weeks left before we're closing. We are closing for a couple of weeks in September. So if you want to get in now or book with us to join us after our September break. We are a life advancement retreat center that offer many different healing modalities, including plant medicine ceremonies, colon cleanses, yoga, a saltwater pool, farm to table, organic when possible, food and recipes curated by me, yours truly, breathwork, yoga, spa, hot and cold, dunking baths, massage therapy, all of this amazing stuff to help you guys achieve total wellness and life alignment and merging back with your soul. No small feat. And today I have with me here an amazing guest by the name of Becky. And we've known each other for what, almost like 3 years now?
Well, no, a couple year and a half, I think. 2 years maybe? Something like that.
Something like that. Time is
crazy.
Time is not real.
It is not.
And it's especially strange since COVID, I think, has really messed with everyone up. But that being said, Becky has been a guest with us twice. She has recently returned. She had a magical week this week. So
yes,
I'm so glad that you're here. And Becky, why don't you let us know what brought you back to Rythmia for the second time, and when were you here first, if you want to share with us?
So I was here actually March 2020 the first time. So when I got back, and I live in New York, to like that whole craziness of COVID in New York, and thank God I had just come back from here because it really grounded me in a spiritual practice that I was able to maintain even while living in a 1-bedroom apartment in the middle of a city, in the middle of a pandemic, and et cetera, et cetera. So, but what brought me back was, I achieved a miraculous miracle. I don't know, a wonderful miracle.
That's the best kind of
miraculous miracle, but yeah, a wonderful miracle last time. And, but then because like life kind of shut down afterwards, I was, home a lot like everyone else. And I wanted to come back and go deeper and work on myself more and be a better person, a better wife, a better friend, a better daughter, a better sister, a better everything. Now that, the world is starting to open up again. And I achieved that again here. And it was a really wonderful homecoming to myself the second time around. So yeah, it was just everything that I wanted it to be. And then of course, things that I never anticipated as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I can't believe it was only March of 2020 that you were here the first time. It feels like it was so long ago.
Yeah.
So with that first time at Rythmia, you did receive a miracle when you were here. Do you mind sharing a little bit about what that was, what that pertained to? Did you have to go through the regular process here and really experience the understanding of why you had maybe become a different version of yourself? Was it that kind of situation?
Yeah. So prior to me coming to Rythmia, if anyone would have said anything along the lines of working on your inner child to me, I would have rolled my eyes, like quintessential sarcastic New Yorker from New Jersey, kind of like knows it all, but doesn't. So didn't think too much about these types of things previously. But like every other human being who lives on planet Earth, I have had loss and trauma and hard things happen to me. And I never realized that the things that happened to me when I was a kid were still affecting me so much, because I've been to therapy, I went sober, I meditated, I do yoga. I felt like I had done all the things, but deep down I knew that I was still not connecting to myself in a way that was the healthiest. So the first time I was here, I definitely did a lot of inner child work and learned how to self-parent, learned how to console and nurture myself. And like the little girl in me who has all the feelings, and as opposed to the like, I'm a badass New Yorker who doesn't, and stone cold face person. I had kind of leaned into that persona a lot and thought that's who I was. And meanwhile, there's this like inner child that has needs and wants that in some ways never got satisfied, even in my childhood, let alone now. And I am still carrying her with me. So the first time I was here, I felt like I was focusing mainly on inner child work, which, like I said, never in a million years did I think that was a sentence I would ever say. So that was round one, and it was very transformative for me.
Beautiful. And then this time around, what brought you here? What, other than, I mean, there's great reason, right? COVID.
Yeah.
This is what's with us all.
Yeah.
But looking back as the week is wrapped up,
Mm-hmm.
there's probably a clearer answer as to what brought you here, because the medicine calls us here. The medicine calls us to this work. And often we don't fully understand what it is we come here for until we've gotten it.
Mm-hmm.
And we always joke here at Rythmia that, you come here when you arrive on the weekend, Saturday or Sunday, at the start of the week, you think, this is what I'm here for. And at the end of the week, you're like, holy shit, that was not what I came here for. And you get so much more. And it's often not at all what we expect it to be. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was coming here because I, like everyone else, inundated with like womp womp news constantly, fear, anxiety, and all these things, and had felt that anxiety get heightened in me a little bit, and I knew I needed like a relaxing vacation, and
You came to Rythmia.
so like I'm here, and
where you do a lot of work.
Yeah, you do a lot of work. I think that was like ostensibly what I thought I was coming here for, was an opportunity to get away, reconnect with myself. But once I got here, I went deeper into a lot of the work that I had done last year. And on top of it, uncovered lots of things in my life that I'm now realizing, like, for instance, on night, I think 2 of the plant medicine ceremonies, like the theme of unworthiness was coming up over and over and over again for me. And I realized like I do feel very unworthy of a lot of things that I want. And there's always this gap between like this thing that I want that's over there and I'm over here. And then there's this like unmovable rock between me and it. And I was able to navigate these feelings of unworthiness and also understand the root causes of them, which were quite frankly like mind-blowing to me, because while they did have a lot to do with my own life, I even went back in terms of like my ancestors' line and understanding how stories that they had told themselves were even passed down to me. Which again, I would sound crazy to myself if I would have said 2.5 years ago. And that's the work that I was doing this week. Number one, so just the concept of worthiness and unworthiness and navigating through that whole, spectrum of feelings. And then secondly, forgiveness was actually how I merged my soul. I finally forgave myself for things that I, quite frankly, had viewed previously as unforgivable. And I realized that I was kind of like outsourcing to other people the type of treatment that I really wanted to give myself, but didn't feel capable of. So, I finally got to the point where I felt capable of forgiving myself for who I was in the past and all the ways that I had let myself down in the past. And I don't look to other people to forgive me anymore. I understand if other people don't like me and, I'm not the same person I was, but I am with me for the rest of my life. And so I have to forgive me in order to be able to move forward and be the person that I enjoy being around. So I would say worthiness and like forgiveness were the 2 themes that were new for me this time, that like last time I did not explore that much at all.
So beautiful. So beautiful. And this is what it's about. We come back to this work over and over and over again to discover these nuanced ways that we can have this miracle experience. I know Dr. Jeff has talked about the idea that we have these 9 freedoms, 3 freedoms, 3 awareness, and 3 gifts that we can move through. And often forgiveness is a huge part of it, and just being able to release so much of what we hold on to with the stories and, our inability to forgive our opinions of ourselves, right? And being able to forgive those, which sounds like that's what probably you were working through a lot of this week. which is so, so beautiful. And I'm sure some core feelings that a lot of people watching can probably relate to, the feeling of being worthy and being able to forgive ourselves. So knowing that this type of miracle is more than possible, I hope that your story gives a little bit of hope to anyone out there that's maybe on the fence about whether you're ready for this work. Trust me, you are. Whether you're on the fence about whether Rythmia can help you, yes, we can. So please call the phone number on your screen if you're curious, and at least talk to one of our reservation specialists and start to understand if this is the place for you. And I'm sure that it probably is.
Yeah, I mean, like, I intuitively knew, and I was scared. And so I hesitated for a very long period of time to book at Rythmia. Mm-hmm. But I knew, and finally I, hit a point where the pain of not growing was greater than the pain of growing. And I just felt ready to grow. And once I felt ready to grow, like I said, I intuitively knew that this was the place for me. Mm-hmm. And I felt completely irredeemable as a human being. So if there's anyone out there who has similar sentiment about themselves, I know wholeheartedly that you can hit a moment of feeling completely worthy of every wonderful thing that this life has to offer. And I have Rythmia to thank for that. I'm actually going to be here next year. I already rebooked. I'm once a year, spiritual maintenance. This chick needs it. Love it here. So I have so much gratitude in my heart for this place, because I shudder to think what my life would be like if I hadn't found it. Mm-hmm. And everyone who works here is such a giver, and it has put me in a place where I'm able to receive what this place has to give, along with, the world at large. I'm so ready to go home and also just, pay it forward. So just thank you so much.
You're so welcome. And this is what Rythmia is, guys, that we are is the container. We're the container for your, for you and your self-healing, because you got to give yourself the credit that you've done all of this work yourself. And all we do is we give you the classes, we give you the medicine, we create the space for you guys to come here and heal yourself. So it's really such an empowering journey. So I look forward to hearing how you move forward in life and integrate all of this new wisdom and strength. And I look forward to seeing you again next year when you are ready for just some maintenance, and not because you desperately need to be here and be healed, because that's the beauty of it too. Thank you so much,
sister.
You, I love you, my dear.
I love you too. Thank you so much.
And thank you all for tuning in. I will be live again tomorrow on the Rythmia Facebook page with my regular food and nutrition related talk. I look forward to seeing you guys there. It will be a very special day for all of the Costa Rican mothers tomorrow, and I'll fill you in about that then. Have a beautiful rest of your weekend, guys. I'll see you soon.